balmy shores of sunny Florida to the cold winds of Chicago and everywhere in between, you're watching the Red Wemette Show, live, coast to coast. Talk of the town, Mr. Red Wemette.
Hi, folks. I am Red Wemette, and this is Adam Flowers over here. He's on the other side. Usually you're on that side, so I had to point the other direction. There we go. Now I have to point this way. Anyway, it is October 29th, the last Wednesday of October 2025. And I get a kick out of this probably. It's like deja vu.
Polly Walnuts is in the house. Good to see you. Tracy Gamwell. Hope you're feeling better, Tracy. Good to see you. Midwest Lee. Tommy Cozzolino, nice to see you. Cozzolino. And Joseph Mankiss, Scott H. Lonnie's here. Smoke that like button, everybody. It's good to see you, Red.
Thank you, Lonnie. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Adam, for joining the show. And also thank you for the help. For you, all you people that don't know, all you people that don't know, Adam actually builds, or most of my thumbnails come from Adam, and he's really artistic. What are you doing?
AI is doing all of them now, so Red hates AI, but he likes the thumbnails that AI makes.
I don't complain about the thumbnails. I just don't know how to make them. So, but anyway, I thank you, Adam. I really appreciate it. It's something that you won't understand how much, otherwise I just go on. That's it.
There you go. Tracy Gamwell, getting back to your cheeky old ways. How's you, honey? I'm good. I'm good. I'm 49 days, no drinking. Feeling really good. Drinking a Coca-Cola though.
Tomorrow's the big 5-0.
There you go. There you go. So
turnkey.
Yeah, Adam thought you said he's autistic. Never mind. No
Hello,
joke.
Chicago. Hello, Chuck. How you doing?
Chuck Ellertston, nice to see you. So we're talking about the Vegas mob history still.
Basically the Skim, I believe. But as far as I know, I mean, I can tell you about history, but as far as I know, it really kind of started with Tony Spilaccio when he went out there, because I didn't even know a Skim existed. I knew Control existed, but I didn't know a Skim existed. And actually, even when I was, as I told Adam once, when I was comping people and getting them comped out there, I went to Marshall Cafano. And Adam got a little bit confused with it. And he said, I thought you never went out there. And I said, I only went out there that one time. But I said, after that, I said, when people would come up to me, and they did, and they'd ask me, can you give me a deal in Vegas? I'd go to Marshall Cafano. And he'd always get him a deal, but he wouldn't necessarily put him at the Stardust. He wouldn't necessarily put him someplace. But wherever it was, I got the tax bills for the state tax that you had to pay. And they weren't much. It was like $12 or something like that. But they got to really spend a good time. They had a good time out there. So even then, I knew about the Skim, but Tony and I never talked about it. Never talked about the Skim. Never talked about the hole in the wall game. I didn't know anything about that until the movie Casino came out. I didn't know anything about the hole in the wall. But there was a Skim process going on. Wherever there's large amounts of money, there's a Skim going on. And there was large amounts of money going on out there. Tony was sent out to protect the Skim and keep the other people from stealing from the casino, creating their own Skim, which occasionally, from what I heard, happened. People would try to skim off their own, and something would happen to them. What did Frank Collada tell you? Wetter is better.
It had nothing to do with the Skim, but yeah.
Well, it had a lot to do with getting rid of people that were doing something to endanger the Skim. They were
cheating the casino, possibly. Yeah.
People that worked there, whatever, they disappeared. A lot of people that worked there disappeared at different casinos.
Problems with dealers and whatnot stealing money. People in the somebody asked, have you ever been inside the count room? Probably not, huh? Very, very few people were ever inside the count room. As a matter of fact, when they made the movie Casino, the only thing, as far as I know, that they shot on a soundstage was the inside of the count room.
Really?
That was that's the only thing they used in the sound. I just read that a few weeks ago and thought pretty interesting. They couldn't use the count room. I know where the room was in the Riviera where they walk out, where it shows that door. I remember that door. I don't know what the hell was in there, the coat closet or something, but the way they made it look, in the movie, it was a soundstage though they used. So,
well, that's another thing that I want to bring up is whenever I comp somebody and I got them tickets for out there, they stayed at the Riviera.
Yeah.
They didn't stay at the Stardust. Now, a lot of people that I sent out there had funny looks on their faces, like, why you send us there? I thought we were going to Stardust. And I said, that's what they gave me, and they would understand. But those people always did business with me after that. They do a higher rate of business, and that's why we did it. But Marshall was heavy on that, and Tony was very heavy on it from what I was told. I just never saw it, and we never talked about it. But right. I'm pretty sure that he was a tough kid when he was young. When I say kid, I mean in his 20s, like 24, 25, 26. And people don't realize that when he went out there, he wasn't, I think he was only, 1971? He was born in 38, 48, 58, 68. He was only 32 years old when he went out to Las Vegas. So he was a young man yet. He could still get around quite well. When he was murdered in 1986, he wasn't a young man. He'd had bypass surgery and all different kinds of problems. So, and he was indicted.
He was killed when he was 48. What do you mean he wasn't a young man? I'm 48. I'm a young man. What are you talking about? Trying to age me and shit? So the Riviera was originally supposed to be called the Casablanca when it was built, and that was Detroit and Miami that built, but they had ties to Chicago, so I'm sure there was a lot of
heavy ties to
quid pro quo going on there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well,
but Tony was when he was guarding this, he had a lot of things that he was I mean, the movie Casino went through it and said, okay, De Niro's wife in the movie.
Jerry McGee?
Yeah.
And the movie was Ginger.
Ginger really had, and people like Ginger, if they were paying off the parking lot people and stuff like that, they really had a gig going on. So I'm sure they got on Tony's radar. There's no doubt in my mind. Not only that, he liked flashy women. So it just happened that way. But guarding the money, yeah, he wasn't the fox in the chicken coop. I'll tell you that much. There was no way he was going to steal from the mob. He was going to make his. They must have given him some stipend. I've never heard anybody talk about it. I never heard him talk about a figure, but they must have given him a figure because he left, built a house out there, and he was traveling back and forth in the beginning. Mm-hmm. But when he actually moved out there as a permanent move, they must have given him some kind of Well, yeah, he was laundering the money through his gift shop at Circus Circus.
Anthony Stewart's Limited, which was his wife Nancy's last name was Nancy Stewart, her maiden name. I think he did that to fly under the radar because he didn't want to say it's Tony Spilatro's gift shop.
No, but it was an well, he told me it was going to be a haberdashery. He said, I'm going out west, I'm open up a haberdashery. So that turned out to be his gift shop. And that's what Eric Weiner called it too, a haberdashery. So
I never even heard the word haberdashery until The Hateful Eight, that Quentin Tarantino movie where we're going to the haberdashery. What the fuck is that?
Minnie's haberdashery.
Minnie's haberdashery, right?
Well, I actually heard it back in 1968, 69.
Right.
I heard it. And somebody had to explain to me what a haberdashery was. And at the time, they told me, oh, it sells clothing, hats, suits, dresses, but, basically clothing. And I said, okay. And I never went there. So I really didn't know. But he was very, he was elaborate. He was elaborate. I was very surprised that he went out there. I didn't expect him to go. But the reason he went is it put him in good faith with Sam Giancana at the time. And they became on a talking level. They, it wasn't one of those kind of things where you just know that person. You really get to know him because you're doing business with him. So you're on a social level with Sam Giancana. It was a step up the ladder.
Right.
To eventually probably, in his mind, take over the outfit because Giancana wasn't going to last forever. And when he was murdered in 1975, that wasn't too long after Tony went out there. So he probably thought, I'll be the heir apparent. I'll be the next guy. And as he went up the ladder. But he was really taking care of Las Vegas from what I understood. I didn't hear all the crazy stuff that I hear now. I mean, it was different back then. Very different.
Christina Morris, was the gift shop situated in Circus Circus? Sorry, where was it situated? And is it still there? I don't know exactly where it was situated. And if it
second
is,
floor. It was the second floor.
Yeah, if it is, it's near the Adventure Dome. And would it be kind of close to Vegas Manja, which is a gift shop convenience store. So, but it's probably a retail store or food store now. It's wherever it was inside Circus Circus. Again, I'm not sure exactly where. I couldn't give you a tour of it.
I know that it was on the second floor. That's all I know.
Got it. So
go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, no, I'm just reading some of the comments here. Ultra Cowboy said Tony Spilatro is 5'2", and having everyone scared of you is pretty impressive in itself.
It was.
It's just short guy. I mean, his wife was even shorter. She was like 4'11".
But he was known as a one-punch guy, a one-punch knockout. He used to come up with an uppercut from the bottom. He'd knock your head back because he'd get underneath with the chin and just knock your head back. And he'd knock people out from snapping necks. If he had to go two punches, it wasn't going to end good because really he wasn't a long-distance fighter. He was one of those one-punch guys, and that was it. Anyway, that's what it's all about, folks. What are we doing here?
The crowd said I looked a little gray around the edges. Just turn my light up a bit. So my beard's starting to look a little gray, and that's just me getting older. What can I say?
I didn't want to say anything in between, but I was saying the lighting.
I'll get so gray one day I'll just be transparent. That's what'll happen. So, Christina, Nancy was small, but she was beautiful. Yes, she was. Beautiful woman.
I don't think Tony would have married a not so beautiful woman. He was
good taste in women, right?
He was very vanity conscious. And he was called a good-looking man. I remember everybody said, even Diane said he was a good-looking young man. He looked like a college kid.
Yeah.
So that was the opinion of women that were around us at the time.
Yeah.
Hello, Ryan. How you doing?
Ryan Brown, good to see you.
Mm.
So Tim Perrone said he's just getting done with a little surgery, a little spinal tap going on.
Ow.
So hope you're doing well, Tim.
Mm.
Good that you're recovering. So all right. How many fights did he win just because of his backing? People who just wouldn't fight Tony back.
Zero, because the only people he wanted to do or got into an argument with, he wasn't the kind of guy like, there were people that like Louis Ebley that really couldn't fight their way out of a paper bag. And another one that's crazy is Sam DiStefano. He couldn't fight his way out of a paper bag, but they had the backup of other people. Tony could fight his way out of a paper bag. If Tony came up and slapped you in the face just with his hand, slap like a bear slap across the side of the face, you weren't going to hit him back. And nobody ever came up to him looking for a fight that I know of, because truthfully, he'd knock you out in one punch. That was it.
Wow.
He was small. He got down and he crossed his legs and got down underneath him. When he came up hard.
Yeah.
And fast, very fast. So I don't think it ever happened. I maybe people thought twice about doing anything to him, but I'm sure that happened with every made guy, that somebody would think twice before they touch him.
He was a good fighter even as a kid, according to Frank Collada. So
I've heard people tell stories that when he was a kid, his older brother, I don't know which one, used to go around and tell other guys, "I'll give you so much money if you fight my brother."
Yeah, that's the story that Frank Collada told.
A lot of people say that it's something that really happened, but a lot of people say nobody really wanted to fight him. They just didn't want to.
Right.
Because
Rico Suave, which property in Arizona did Spilatro own?
in Arizona?
Yeah, owner of some land somewhere too, maybe?
Mm-mm.
Don't know? Yeah.
And he didn't own anything in Arizona that I know of. He owned something in Deming, New Mexico. And here Scott H says it was Vic.
Yeah, that was the story that Frank Collada told.
Victor was a mobster too. A tough guy.
Right.
Real tough guy. Well, no imagination guy.
Yeah. You know, he's down there in Arizona with some problems, Sammy the Bull.
Yeah.
He's got some sexual allegations against him from a couple of women that he little sexual misconduct charges, they're saying.
Recently?
Yeah, in the last couple of months, all over the news and whatnot. Yeah.
At his age, come on.
80 years old, you know, they're saying, you know, that he was, a little sexual misconduct. I don't know, man. 80 years old, just got a little lead in the pencil.
Nobody to write to.
Nobody to write to.
Oh, that's true. Tim Perrone says, he said, was Michael splashing? Not from what I was told. I was told Michael used to, if you even wanted to touch him in any way aggressive, he'd invoke the name of his brother, Tony, and say, "Do you want my brother taking care of you?" That was what he used to do.
Right. You got any pictures with Tony? Nutsack Zach wants to know.
He wants to know if I have any pictures with Tony. No. Yeah. I have some pictures that people gave me with Tony, but Tony never.
I can have AI make some up for you, no problem.
Tony and I were never in any pictures, and I didn't allow pictures to be taken of me. So you won't see many pictures of me. There's very few that are left from the old days. I think Adam, we had one on a show, didn't we, where I was at a get-together, political get-together at Jimmy Kozo's, and I found myself in the background, the Young Republican Party. That was a long time.
Yeah. You showed me that picture, right? Red has very, very, very few pictures of himself, and the ones that he does have, I've screwed with so much with AI. Red won't show them to me anymore. So,
actually,
Mario wants to know. He asked Red this question, but he wants to know from me if I've heard of any Albanian organized crime in Chicago or elsewhere in the States. That's out of my my toolbox. Sorry, Mario, I'm not. So the Kraut said his pencil exceeded its warranty long ago. So's Reds. So Ryan Brown said from when when Frank said, Collada said when he was speaking about Di Stefano, he was tough as long as he had guys subdue guys in a chair in his basement. So yeah.
That's the way Sam was. I mean, he never, even when he was out of the basement, when he's someplace else, it was the kind of thing where you were afraid of him, not him, but you're afraid of what he'd do because he had big men working for him. And they would hurt you. Yeah, somebody brought up a picture about me, and you might have seen it if you're on Facebook, about me and the MG. You saw the picture, didn't you, Adam?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did a bunch of. Remember, I showed you you made a bunch of videos. It was
The story
back to the lead and the pencil. There, the Kraut said he did many good times writing and drawing. I'm sure doing some of those fucking lead chalk rubbings too. If you get my drift.
Memories, they may be beautiful and yet days to remember.
I'd be a little nervous seeing how agile Red is today. Back then, he'd flip kick you in 2 seconds flat. Rick Charlton.
Oh, I never used my legs. I was fast with my hands. I never really did anything like that today.
Yeah. Was Sarno, who started Caesars and Circus connected to the Chicago mob? Jay Sarno.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And that what you call it, the loan that he secured, it was approved by Alan Dorfman, and Jimmy Hoffa died, and it got lost in the translations of everything. So the $1.5 million or whatever it was over $1 million at the time. Joey Lombardo got on the phone and was talking to Jay Sarno, or the lawyer for him, the lawyer, and he had asked him, and when he was going to pay it, and there was nothing.
Right. Ultra Cowboy Circus. Jay Sarno joint there is a great steakhouse. I've heard that, and I was just talking about it last night to a friend of mine. Every year he comes out, and we go out to different steakhouses. We've done Golden Steer, Oscar's Steakhouse, Binion Steakhouse, and I suggested Circus because I've never tried it, but I hear it's really good. So thanks, Ultra Cowboy. I appreciate that. And Ultra Cowboy, you said you're out at the museum, or you're going to the museum, the Mob Museum, in a couple of weeks. Be sure you hit the Mob tour when you're out here. It'd be nice to see and have you aboard. So, Nutsack Zach wants to know who whacked Jimmy Hoffa.
I'd be a multi-billionaire.
Well, what's his face? The I want to say Ed Sheeran, but it's not. I think it's Frank Sheeran or Sharon, who wrote "I Heard You Paint Houses," and that's what the Irish movie was based on. It's like a deathbed confession by this guy. Was it Frank Shireen?
It was. It was.
It was, right? So, Scott H. still doing the Good Springs tour. Yeah, they found some dynamite out there yesterday. They found a case of 50 sticks of old dynamite that was liquefying underneath of inside of one of the old cabins that was, I mean, I've been walking around that town a lot of times, man, knowing there's a case of dynamite that would blow up a whole 2 city blocks. They evacuated half the town yesterday. They had the bomb squad out there and everything in Good Springs. Look it up. Pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm still going out there doing tours. So
Ultra Cowboy, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
Red is a Marine.
There is no was. You don't
Red
do it twice. You don't do it. That's it.
Circus was a great place a few years ago and less pricey than the other top end ones. I got to check it out, Paulie Walnuts. So got to check that out. Is there a surveillance video of you and Tony Spilatro at your apartment where you recorded Frank Schweiss?
No, the only person there that was recorded was Frank Schweiss. I had other people there, but that would come into the photos occasionally. My attorney did, Lenny did, but really it was there only for one reason, is for Schweiss. And I did record other people there, but that recording started because of Tony. That's what the whole thing was about. That's where it started from.
Ultra Cowboy, where's the mob tour located? I will do it when I'm in Vegas in 2 weeks. Look, Ultra Cowboy, call Vegas Specialty Tours. We pick up and drop off at the Tuscany Suites and Casino, but it's a rolling tour. So we get in a mini shuttle and we go around town to the different locations. I think in total we go by 32 locations. Everything from the Flamingo to the mall, Champagne's Cafe, Johnny Carson's house, Red Fox's, Joe Louis, Robert Goulet, Marilyn Monroe, the casino filming locations, Frank Bluestein's murder location, Jerry Listener's murder location. We sit in the spot where Lefty's car was bombed. It's a fascinating tour. Well, go read the reviews. Go on TripAdvisor and read the reviews. They're so damn good, I can't believe them myself.
It's a very good tour, and it's definitely not an armchair tour. It's not a picture tour. You're moving around. You're in a vehicle most of the time.
Call Vegas Specialty Tours. You'll get me, and I'll give you the mob vlog discount. It's like $100 a person. So trust me, you'll enjoy it. So Scott H has been on it a couple of times. He's been on the crime tour. He's been on the Good Springs tour. Scott H has been on a lot of them. Take his word from it too. For it, it's good. And Christina Morris did the Good Springs tour, so they're all good. So found it. Good, excellent. I hope to see you, Ultra Cowboy. So leave that whenever if you're booking the tickets and you put Mob Vlog in as a promo code, put in Ultra Cowboy in the extra comment section, so I know it's you coming on the tour. So
Adam's part of the old school. He still knows how to take care of people. He gives them a discount. He doesn't, he really helps people out. Back in the old days, that's what they did. Not like today. The only way they help you out today is help you out of your money.
They do.
What do they give? What do they give away in Las Vegas now?
What do they give away? Nothing.
How do you promote Las Vegas?
Yeah, they don't give anything away anymore. It's unbelievable. So, let's see. Tracy Gamwell, she'd love to go on Adam's tours, but her ex lives in Las Vegas. Plus, can't travel far. We'll take care of your ex, Tracy. Come on out here. I'll go get the hole ready. Nutsack, have I ever met David Blaine? No, I've not personally met David Blaine. I've met a lot of magicians, but Siegfried and Roy, Lance Burton, David Copperfield, Matt Franco. He helped me with my America's Got Talent. Chris Angel, but not Penn and Teller, but for some reason never David Blaine. Not a big fan. Make sure you do the Rat Pack after the mob tour. It's amazing. Christina Morris. Yeah, we do offer the Untouchables experience where you do the 3-course dinner at the Bistecca, which is the Italian fine dining restaurant inside of the Tuscany, and then you go to the Rat Pack is Back dinner. So, Ryan Brown. Speaking of Vegas, I love the story Frank told about how he went to rob Liberace and all he had was costume jewelry and left money for Red Fox because of how bad. Yes, very amusing stories, Ryan.
Adam is writing a book, and I'm sure a lot of that will be explained in the book.
Yes, some of that will be explained in the book. Yeah, I'm pounding away on it too. I was thinking Vegas Mob Secrets of Redemption. I was thinking that was the name of the book. I don't know. I'm still tossing the name around, but Vegas Mob Secrets of Redemption is one of the names that hit me last night.
That's a good name. I like it.
Yeah, it could be cool. Yes, the Vegas Mob, the Flowers Excavation Services, Las Vegas Wholesales and Service. It's funny, Kraut. Tim Peroni, you missed the 99-cent shrimp cocktails downtown. Before they were the 99-cent shrimp cocktails, jumbo shrimp cocktails, they were the 50-cent jumbo shrimp cocktails. Then they were the $1.99, then the $2.99, then the $3.99, and now it's $12.99 or whatever for 3 little shrimp. It's crazy. Just
when I was out there, they had beautiful prime rib, and they'd cut you any size you wanted for free. That was it.
Right. Yeah. Nutsack Zach. You want to watch magician videos after this so you can see who's the best, in my opinion. Give me a second. I'm going to tell you what to watch. Okay. It's called From In and of Itself. That's the name. Derek Delgadio. Oh, sorry, Delgadio. Derek
Delgado.
Derek Delgadio. In and of Itself. It was on Hulu. I don't know if it's on Hulu anymore. But that's the show to watch. If you want to go watch here, let me look it up. IMDb. In and of Itself. I don't know if it's still on Hulu. But that's a damn good. That's one of the best shows I've ever watched. Is Derek Delgadio's. So, and that's coming from a magician's, not watching exactly the tricks, but the presentation is out of this world. That show. So, okay. Ryan Brown, something that bothers me, honestly, is the numerous erroneous reports that say Frank Brothers Joe was part of the outfit. Guilt by association shouldn't always be a thing. Yeah, Ryan.
I don't think it really, I think it emulated from Joe Collada. I mean, Joe Collada's the one that told the stories. Did Frank ever talk about his brother being a part of anything?
No, I think what Ryan's saying is the reports like the is that Burns report or whatever. Who's the guy who does the whatever reports online? Bernstein?
He does some.
Bernstein built a flow chart of the hierarchy of the outfit and included Joe Collada in it. And I think that's what Ryan's referring to.
Well, I don't think he was ever part of anything. He worked in a shop, that's all. And he probably waited on people that, had their hair cut. That's all. He's probably got 1,000 stories.
Timperoni, I was out there in the early 80s. We stayed at the Plaza and the Golden Nugget. Nice places.
I'm always been curious. People talked about the Golden Nugget. What is it like, Adam? The Golden Nugget? Do you know?
Golden Nugget's nice. Yeah, they have a swimming pool with sharks in it, and there's a slide that goes through it. And they used to have a really decent buffet there, and they had a seafood restaurant that was pretty damn good at the Golden Nugget. I've never been in the rooms at the Golden Nugget. They had a nice showroom. I sat backstage in Frank Sinatra's old dressing room at the Golden Nugget.
He played there. A lot of headliners at the Golden Nugget.
Oh, yeah. Through the years, yeah, definitely.
Is that considered one of the downtown casinos by the Fremont?
Yeah, it was one of the nicest ones. It was built, it opened in October of 46. And Guy McAfee was the person who built it. After he built the Mandalay Bar and the Frontier Club and the Paradise nightclub, which he rebranded the 91 Club, which later became the Frontier, the Last Frontier, then the Frontier, then the New Frontier. No, it was Last Frontier, New Frontier, then just the Frontier. It's kind of weird how they named it. It should have been the New, then the Frontier, and then the Last. But it started as the Last, then became the New, and then just became the Frontier.
Jim Nagdafici.
After putting yours and Red's books on the shelf, you two can consider yourself shelved.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're shelved. We saw the Grateful Dead at the Aladdin Theater in 81. You know, they're performing now at the Sphere here in town.
The Grateful Dead? I thought the Garcia died.
Yeah, but the band's still there. You know, they got somebody
playing on when everybody's dead.
It's the name, I guess. They still do the songs. It's, you know, it's still around though. The Grateful Dead still, and all the Deadheads are still following along. They're probably so high they don't realize that Jerry's dead. I don't know.
Ron, I'll have a shelf life. Yes, they do. Thank you, Ron.
Nice show. The crowd. This show beats the network evening news in as much that Adam and Red base their show on truth. As truthful as we can be.
Thank you, Bill.
Appreciate that. They're called the Deaden Company now. The Deaden Company. I don't know. You go talk to one of the Deadheads. What are you here for? We're going to watch Grateful Dead. All right.
We're gonna get messed up. That's all. John Mayer.
Yeah.
Garcia's place. Okay.
Yeah, Your Body is a Wonderland. Is that the same guy? Your Body is a Wonderland? I don't know. John Mayer did that song a long time ago. Yeah, he is. That's the same guy. Yeah, he went from Your Body is a Wonderland to Your Body is a recreational facility for drugs.
Brian Brown. I just had to share
my piece. Sorry if I came off as butthurt, but Scott Bernstein, that's it. Scott Bernstein labels people and puts them in positions, many of whom recently have been released from prison.
Well, the only one that he made a terrible mistake on that I know about personally is Gunner. He was behind Gunner, the Detroit thing at the time.
Got it.
Gunner turned out, he sold him a bill of goods. But Gunner's still going strong today, trying to be an influencer and try and do what he's going to do. But that one guy, I forget the name of it. He used to come into our show all the time. And he used to put up videos about him, about his fairy tales where he lies and everything else. But Scott bought into him 100%. And everybody makes mistakes. I made one about Chuck Maselli. I made a mistake. And I was talking to several people and it got picked up on. And the guy called me a liar. Mario, is it true that Albie Vienna lives in Florida now?
Albie Venna.
Yeah.
I thought he was in Chicago.
No, he left for Florida. He left for Florida.
Did. Okay. Rico Suave. What about Riza, Edge of Illusion, Branson, Missouri, and Vegas shows? Rico Suave. So my Illusion show back in 16, I drove it to Branson and sold him my Illusion show, Riza. He had some issues not too long ago. If you do a little search on the internet about some dancers who were underage in that show, claiming that little fiddle faddle was going on that shouldn't have been. So anyway, I don't know anything really about Riza other than I sold him my Illusion show. So, well, I sold him a portion of it, a big portion of all my Illusions. So I've never seen his show though. Lots of love, guys and gals. Catch y'all soon. Good to see you, Tracy. Have a great night. Or a great day. I don't know. It's night over there.
Albie doesn't hang with nobody no more. Well, what do you do when you're his age? I mean, Albie's in his 70s now.
Yeah, look at Red. He doesn't hang out with anybody either.
You don't see me hanging out with somebody. You just, at my age, you just don't go hang out.
What's this, Red? What's this? Is this hanging out with me? What's going on? Hanging out with all these people?
Mm-hmm.
Dude. I don't know where they were. Tracy's okay, good. I'm just reading the comments, skimming through them there. So
I am too.
Yeah, wow. Good fun show talking about the Vegas mob history. Man, I can't get enough of it. I have to sit on the tour and talk about it all the time and writing a damn book about it now, putting all these stories together. And
it went from a fabulous book to just a few minutes ago, and I said it's a damn book. I'm writing a damn book about it.
Writing a damn book.
A fabulous book.
It's going to be a fabulous book. You know, I say damn book. It's a lot of work. Well, you know, you've put one together and written one, and it takes a lot of thinking, you know, and you sit and go, oh, that story would fit. Oh, and that would be a good story. And then you go, well, how do you piece them together going, well, you got to have a flow to the book and callbacks and foreshadowing and whatnot when you're telling stories. So, yeah.
I cut a lot of my stories out. There were a lot of stories in that just got cut out.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to do a lot of that while I'm putting. I already have actually, so I've already gone. This doesn't drive the story. It's too long. It's it doesn't drive where I'm going with the story. So, any mob activity Mario wants to know in Countryside where they just found a car in the bottom of the pound near Hodgkins with a dead guy in the trunk who's been missing since 2000.
No. And really, there wasn't too much going on in 2000.
It's a fabulous damn book I'm writing, okay? There you go. Thank you. Did the Skim go back to the early days of Las Vegas and the outfit days? So let's put it this way.
Bill, whenever the outfit was involved, there was always a Skim.
All right, Bill, before the outfit was involved.
They don't like to pay checks.
The Flamingo, when it opened, which was December 26, 1946, the day after Christmas, it then closed after 10 days and reopened in March of 1947. In May, just in the month of May alone, the Flamingo reported $300,000 in gaming revenue that month, just for that month. That's after they took what they took off the top. That shit's been going on since, I mean, come on. Even the guys who ran the illegal joints back east took a little off the top before they reported to the boss, right? There's no honor among thieves.
It was well said amongst everybody that they expected, they called it shrinkage. They expected somebody to take a little bit. That's
yeah. Little spillage. They call it spillage in the bar. You know, you go a few free drinks. The bartenders is the little spillage. Rick Charlton, Binions were pretty mobbed up, weren't they? And we talked about this earlier. Benny Binion came to town with 2 suitcases full of money and paid off everybody in town, you know, and were they mobbed up? I mean, Benny ran a bookmaking operation illegal back in Texas, in and around Dallas. And so, yeah, I would say you'd say mobbed up. They had their illegal operations, and were they connected to other guys? So could you call it organized? I suppose.
Very much so.
Oh, MMN wants to know about this moon poker and the NBA betting scandal, and the New York mob is still alive, and the 4 of the 5 families were involved with that, Red.
Okay. You asked, what do you think about it? I don't think about it at all. I don't give it much thought. It made the news just like anything else. Did it involve me? No. Did it involve anybody I know? No. Did anybody play it? No. Did anybody win or lose on it that I knew? No. What do I think about it? I don't.
Scott H. Binion family still owns the business, right? I don't believe so. No, as a matter of fact,
everybody went corporate. Everybody went corporate.
Binion's Casino and the 4 Queens are owned by Terry Caudle. That's his name. He's from Chicago. He owns the Chicago Brewing Company out on Durango Avenue as well here. It's Durango or Fort Apache. And they good Chicago bar. They got good Chicago hot dogs there. But Terry Caudle owns it. And as far as even Binion's property, which is off of Bonanza, we go by it on the crime tour. If you were on Scott H., you were on the crime tour, so we went by that. As a matter of fact, didn't we stop, Scott, when you were there? We stopped and talked to the help in the back, who had the chickens and goats out back, and we looked at the property. Pretty sure we did. It might not have been. You know, I think it was Luminous Grin from Minnesota. Maybe he and I were the ones that stopped. And I know it was somebody I knew that we stopped. And anyway, I believe it's his granddaughter or great-granddaughter that still owns the property, because his son, Ted Binion, he got killed. He lived right down the street on Palomino Drive. And so that's where he was killed. But yeah.
Ryan Brown is
speaking of Joe Collada, are you still in touch with him? How's he doing? Also, you still talk to Lewis. I love the videos they were in. Ryan, I have not talked to Joe in a year and a half. I haven't talked to Joe, and I haven't seen Lewis in, I don't know, 2 or 3 years at least. He walked up. I saw him at the Tuscany one day. I think he was there for a jewelry show or something they were having, and I bumped into him in the valet area. That's the last time I saw him. But no, I haven't, and I don't know how either of them are doing. I hope, though, that they're both doing well.
I think it would be safe to say the only thing that Adam had in common with either of them was he knew Frank Collada. That's the only thing he had in common with him, is his relationship with Frank Collada.
I mean, I didn't have much in common with Lewis, especially. I mean, you know, but Joe came on the show a few times and told some stories and stuff about, you know, back in his day. But, you know, I mean, we just passed a couple of months ago. It's been 5 years. Frank passed away 5 years ago. I mean, it's still doing the mob tour. I still talk about Frank. I'm writing this book, and I'm including stories about Frank in the book. I mean, the basis of the book is Frank.
He hasn't gotten that far yet, folks. I'm listening to the beginning. He lets me read it with him. Inside tip. He lets me read it with him.
Yes, I'm reading it, but I've already written the end of the book, and it's like I'm filling the middle in as to how this book flows. But the underlying thread, I mean, it's not all about Frank Collada. It's not all about me. But it is portion of me. It's a bit about Frank. It's about some Vegas mob history. There's some Henry Hill stories in the book. There's Robert Allen stories in the book. There's Oscar Goodman stories in the book. There's all kinds of stories through this book. So yeah, it's kind of about my experiences though. So
I think it's going to be great. I love it.
it's gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully I get on some big podcasts like this one right here. Sell some copies. Hit the like button, guys. Don't forget to do that if you're coming in. It's yeah. It's a good thing. William Davidson, can't wait to read it. Matt Perry, do you think if Accardo himself do you think it was Accardo himself who sent Spilatro there?
No, it was Milwaukee Phil.
Okay.
And he was the boss at that time. Accardo was retired, allegedly. And he'd always come out of retirement. He was one of those guys.
So, according to Wikipedia, hey, by the way, Red, yesterday they launched Grokpedia. Something you're going to hear me talk about, Grokpedia. John Pudgy Matas is the acting consigliere of the Chicago outfit. Thoughts?
My thoughts are, I don't know what's going on in Chicago, and I don't know what he's consular to, because there's no outfit left. Unless he's talking about a bunch of people that maybe he employs.
Little Miss can't be wrong. It's nice to see you again. And good you're just passing through. I hope you've been doing well. Hope everything's going well. It's good to see you, dear.
Good to see you too. My opinions.
Was Lewis the cab driver episode? No, that would have been Dino.
Dino was. I like.
Yeah, that's when I had Dino on, and Dino drove me to the airport when I was heading back to Chicago. I had Dino. He wasn't the cab driver. He gave me a ride. He wasn't in a cab. He was in his car. So look at you, Adam, in red. Yeah, I'm in red.
Satin red.
Imagine that. Satin red. That's right, satin red. If Chicago had the outfit, the woke BS wouldn't be there, occurring there right now. True.
A very good point.
Rico, will your book have any special dedications so far?
You really don't know.
I haven't thought about that yet. Yeah, I haven't thought about that yet.
Until it's
Sorry.
When it's completely done, he'll decide if he's going to make a dedication.
Yeah, I haven't really thought. Like I said, I've been bouncing the idea. I mean, I thought about the title of the book a long time ago when I first thought about writing. I thought, what would the title of this book be, you know? And I even worked out a couple covers when I first started thinking about it. I did. I remember, did I send them to you, Red? The covers of the inside of Collada's mind and all the head open with the thoughts and all kinds of shit that I originally thought. But it's taken a long time to really ponder what I wanted to write and what story I really wanted to tell.
Actually, Ryan, I don't think you need to apologize. Adam can speak for himself, but he doesn't look that hurt by it.
Oh, hitting me in the heart by bringing up Joel? No, it's not. No, not at all. Ryan, it's both guys, you know, I met because of Frank, and both guys terrific. I mean, sat and told me stories for hours and hours and hours. Some of the stories I'm even going to use in the book that I'm writing. You know, it's just like a conglomeration of stories and thoughts and things and stuff that I heard, not just from them, but I mean, there's people I worked for, people I lived with, that had stories about. Well, you'll have to read the book.
The crowd. Italian beef.
There you go.
That's it. Suggestions for a new show name. Italian beef.
All right, now we're talking about show names. Well, let's figure out what we're going to do next week, Red.
Wow. Well, at least you did it on the air.
Did what on the air?
He does this to me every week. What are we doing next week? Or what are we doing Wednesday? I don't know, Adam. Whatever you want to do. Let's do what you want to do.
There you go. Sounds like a good time.
What do you folks want to hear about? Give us some suggestions, please. That much, huh?
Let's talk about it, and we'll put one up for next week. How's that sound, Red?
That sounds good to me. Sounds
all right,
great.
buddy.
Why don't we blood sausage? Have you ever had blood sausage?
Kishka. Fried kishka and eggs, buddy.
Well, folks, hobbies. Of incarcerated mobsters. Red, did you know Tony Cosentino? I knew a Joey Cosentino, not a Tony. Joey Cosentino ran the office at American Bonding, and he was from Bridgeport. And we all know him. But I didn't know Tony. Tony could be his son. I don't know. He did have two sons, one overdosed. I know that for a fact. But did I know a Tony? No, I did not. I'm an overthinker. Don't mind me. We're not. Just had to get that out. Otherwise, it'd be bugged. And that bugged the hell out of me. We know you love us. That's a good one. Outfit temper tantrums. We could do a whole show on that.
That sounds good.
It's a very good one.
That'll be next week.
I can name about 20 of them off the top of my head that were very dramatic. I like that, Mr. Hoffman. Thank you. That's what we're doing, Adam. Outfit temper tantrums.
Sounds like a plan.
I like it.
All right, Red.
My guy is or would be in his 80s. That would be Joey Cosentino's son. If he's a Cosentino, he's from Bridgeport, and he's in his 80s, that would be his son.
All right, Christina. Good seeing you too. See you soon, guys.
God bless you, dear, from across the big pond. And I think it's about time we just say Vegas Chronicles. I like the idea. What is the one we came up with? Oh, temper tantrums. Write that down, Adam. Temper tantrums. I like
Got
that.
it. It's recorded.
Okay. Anywho, I think it's about time. Oh, no, we don't want to do this one. Mistresses of the Mob. We can't go there. There are too many. Yes, there was a Henry Cosentino. He was the state treasurer. There was also a Cosentino that was clipped over at Michiana. They were all related, every one of them. All part of the Irish-Italian mob.
All right,
Nice.
Red.
Yeah, it's time we just say IDO. Thank you, folks. Thank you for stopping by. And God bless you. Adam, thank you for coming by. Thank you for everything.
You got it, Red.
So meanwhile, folks, it's Red Wemette out. And Adam,
See you next week, guys. Adios, Red.
adio.
The combination of the videotapes and Wemette's testimony resulted in the conviction of two men on extortion charges. One of them was Frank Schweiz, known in syndicate circles as the German, a feared mob terrorist and a suspect in a number of gangland murders.
He was described to me by other outfit individuals as the most feared hitman. And as he said to me, my reputation precedes me, son.